Baby, let me tell you, honey, welcome back to Natalie Reads, honey, and we are going to get into the books that I've received at Black Romance Book Festival. Sponsor books, free books, books I had no business buying because this girl had a budget, okay? And it's been overdue because you know why? I have a new camera. Shout out to Extra Muse. They had a sale. So we're going to try all of this today. So buckle up, get some wine, get a snack, and I'm going to get in details of what books I got, why I got these books, and why I'm excited to read these books in a budget that didn't exist. So let's get started, okay? Ding! All right, so we're going to get started first with St. Martin's Press. Let's get into first things first. I attended Black Romance Book Festival. We had a time, such a good time, so much fun. It was awesome. I went as a content creator, hunty, and baby, I had a sponsorship from St. Martin's Press, honey. They was like, sister girl, we're going to send you some books so you can put them in your custom tote bags that you are giving out at the content creator meet and greet, and I'm going to show you what books I received. The first book that I received was the first set of books that I received that I decided to keep because I did not keep all of them were the Butterfly series. Okay, shout out to them for sending me some of the books in the Butterfly series by Ashley Antoinette. Why? Because I finished the Prada Plan and I am hooked to her writing. I love it. So they were nice enough to send me Butterfly 1, Butterfly, child, about to pop myself in the face, Butterfly 2, and they sent me Butterfly 3. When I'm going to start this series, because technically I have to read Moth to a Flame. Well, I need to tell y'all, I actually ruined Moth to a Flame because I read the Parada Plan first and it just told the ending of that book. So anyway, I'm still going to read it. Moth to a Flame, Ethic, then Butterfly. When is that happening? I don't know. But I'm grateful that I do have these 3 physicals. Okay. Next up, I got another book that I kept by St. Martin's Press was A Legend in the Baking by Jamie Wesley. I've seen the other book with the orange cover, but paid it. No, never mind. I actually had an opportunity to interview her. So I'm excited to get into this because I feel it looks so wholesome and sweet. But those be the ones. Those be the covers. Oh, nice and sweet. And some chaos happens on the inside. Okay. So we're going to get into that. They did give me more books, but some of the books that they give me, I wasn't really interested in. So I added those to my giveaways. So now we're going to get into what we got into the swag bags for Black Romance Book Festival. Okay. So in the swag bags, we got 7 books, and these are the ones that I received. So the first book I got was The Art of Loving You by Natasha Bishop. Such a beautiful cover. Read the first book, loved it. Heard mixed reviews about this one. We're going to see about that. We're going to see, sister girl. Then I'm super excited to get into this, and this is a short read. This is Don't Tell Me How It Ends by Adrian Thurman. So after Black Romance Book Festival, a lot of creators started reading this book, and they said that this book is absolutely amazing. It's a really cute read, and it's really good. So I cannot wait to get into that one. I also have All My Sisters and Me by Cheryl Lister. I think this is like a drama with sisters and stuff like that. It's super pretty cover. Y'all know black girls on the cover. No matter how they look, we gonna buy it. Okay. I'm going to get into that. And then we also have this one that I think is dope. You see that cover? Once I saw them earrings on that black girl and that hairstyle, I was like, well, I'm going to like this. This is another free book by Cheryl Lister. No reservations. Definitely want to get into that. So also Simon & Schuster was there. Okay, Simon & Schuster was there. They have an initiative called Books Like Us, and they were giving away books, and they had books for sale. So I ended up doing an interview with them, and they ended up giving me Mazzywood by Tiana Ray Do. She wrote The Reformatory, and people are like gagging about this book. There's like, you got this book for free, and I'm like, yes. They're a big deal about it. There's like, oh my god. I'm like, okay, I need to read The Reformatory, but I feel like that's a read that I need to read in the fall time. I don't want to be scared right now. The next book I got by them was Dawn Turner's Majestic Hills. I believe this is another thriller book, and I'm excited to get into that one. As you can see, that's actually a young lady with two people, if you look at the cover, and it looks like a fro and some houses that look like a lot going on. So this girl's going to read that. And then my last book I also got for free was These Kindred Hearts, 17 Tales of Love and Magic. This is, I don't know what it's called when you have like multiple authors writing one book, but it's a book of short stories by multiple black authors. So I'm excited to read that as well. Now let's get into, let's get into some more free books from my sister girlfriend, book talker friend, Love Her Down, is by Lene. Lene hit me and was like, girl, I got the Carter Boys by Desiree. They look a little janky, but they're brand new. They look like they have like sun damage on them, but they're technically brand new. She didn't want them. She wanted hers crispy. I totally understand. So she actually gave me all 3 books in the Carter Boys series by Desiree, aka Gringer. So I have all 3 of these. And if you don't know, Desiree is also Granger. She wrote The Secret World of Maggie Gray. So she also has a pen name by Desiree. And I have yet to get into that catalog, but I will be getting into that sometime this year. I don't know. So now let's get into the nitty gritty of my $100 budget that did not exist and went away. Okay? Do not judge me. Okay? You have to understand, I am a physical book girly. So when these authors, especially these indie authors, have books on sale, I have to go get them. Okay? Just no budget, credit cards. I put some stuff on a credit card. I went into my account. Whatever. I got them. So let's first things first. Planned purchase. Jacques J. So I did buy some books from Jacques J because you know why? Sister girl spent a year trying to get Quasim 3. And baby, let me tell you, I'm pulling it out right now. I finally got Quasim 3. I finally got the Quasims, honey, okay? The Hunger Games for this got on my nerves. So when she did her pre-orders for Black Romance Book Festival, I said, oh, hunty, I'm finna get Quasim 3. I'm finna get it right now. So I got Quasim 3. Am I going to start this 3-book series? No. Why? Because Jacquel said that she is going to be finishing out the Delgados and the Casellis this year. So I'm going to wait until I purchase everything. So I got Quasim. I also got Don Caselli. I read this one. I did like this book better than Menace's book. I just like his personality better, and I just love the covers. Okay, so I ended up getting that. I also got A Heart of a Goon because I just needed it, and I'm collecting all of the Casellis because I heard great things about it. So I got that. While I was in line to get my pre-order pickup, I saw Married to a Brownsville Bully. I've heard a lot about this series. It's like 3 small books, as you can see. 1, 2, and 3, they all have the same cover. And these books were $56 altogether, but I just felt like they're almost the size of a novella. But hey, if that's what you want to do, it's your books. But I still got them anyway. I heard great things about it. I read book 1 thus far. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it. Can't wait to get into book 2. But word on the street is that all of Jacques J's books are actually going to be traditionally published. So I'm trying my best to get the indie covers and original literature because I don't know if they're going to be editing her books or not when they come out traditionally. Word on the street, they do that. So next, we're going to get into a book that I wasn't going to get, but because it was in my face, I have FOMO. It's a lot of FOMO buys in here. Is Aubrey Penn's Maybe for the Summer. Seen this book all around TikTok, and she's a new to me author. Okay? So I'm excited about that. This is my first book by her, and so many people say I need to check her out. Her writing is super, super pretty. So I'm excited about that. While at her table, I almost got super FOMO and spent unnecessary money on the rest of her books. I have not read anything by her, so I'm going to pace myself. But I did see this cover, and this intrigued me. Now, y'all know, if y'all don't know, on this channel, I like little messy thug type stuff. So that's why I got Dope Boys Most Wanted. Y'all see that cover? Blessed on the Lamb. I don't even see no face, but that's just like a dream, man. You know how you see a man that you shouldn't be dating, but he looked like this because you just evolved, but you still want to you might just want to sit on, never mind, I don't sit on nobody's face, but I'm going to read that sometime this summer. Okay. So after that, I ran into my girl, Elle Wright. I got a novella by her called Smoke and Love. I read her traditionally published book. Forgot the name of it. It's somewhere up there, but I do like her writing, so I decided to get Smoke and Love from her. So now I'm walking into BRBF. I'm doing some interviews, and everybody is in this long line. Christina C. Jones. Now, I did read a Christina C. Jones, and I did not care for one of her books. I think it was Catch Me If You Can or something like that. I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know if I wasn't feeling it because of the narrators or it was just slow. I don't know. So people were like, give her a second chance. Her books were reasonably priced. And of course, I asked her which book is more street. So she said Annie Up. She's more of a contemporary romance or romance author. So I was like, give me your street stuff. So I got Annie Up by Christina C. Jones. And then I also got the novella collections of Vegas Nights because y'all know I just like street stuff. So I'm giving these two a try. I am giving her another chance to see if I like her writing. And if not, it's cool. And I might just keep the books anyway. But we're going to hope that I enjoy her writing. I'm going to save these for later because I actually have a cool story about Aubrey J. So we're going to move on over to this side over here. So I saw Z Renee. I was going to wait on getting Z Renee's books because Z Renee's like the only author there that keeps her books on the Zon and for the same price. I was like, oh, I can always get this later and spend that money for something else. But I was like, oh, I got FOMO, might as well buy it now. So I end up getting Off the Charts. Now, mind you, I did start reading this on my Kindle. I definitely enjoyed it. I'm not finished with it. I guess because I got busy and I was tired, but I want to finish this book and I really want to finish it in the physical. So I got that. In addition to that, at her table, I got Troubled Waters, that which I'm super excited about reading now because the audiobooks are coming out for these. And if you don't see this is a thick one. I'm gonna need some help. Okay. So I got Troubled Waters, and she is so sweet. She is so freaking nice. I love her down. And All In is actually already out on audiobook, so I cannot wait to get into this. Super excited about getting into this series as well. And right next to her was LB Gains. All these damn books, y'all. Was LB Gains. Now, the reason why I got this book is because Jordanae had LB Gains on her live, and the way they were talking about this book in the comments and how Jordanae, I kind of like Jordanae's take on books, so I kind of trust her. I trust her a lot. I love Jordanae's takes on books, so I decided to get Bulletproof Love by LB Gains. Okay, so after that, we're going to go into me going downstairs to the second room, and I was about to have super FOMO with Antoinette Charelle because everybody talks about Relic and Lyric or whoever they are, and I was like, what book can I get where I don't have to buy all these books right now? Because baby, the average price for books was $25, even a little skinny one. So I was like, ooh, child, y'all a little high. But she told me that I can do Hidden Treasure as it's like an interlude within the series, and that I won't get lost. So this is my first book by Antoinette Charelle, so I'm excited about that. So next up, we're gonna get into my first purchase when I walked in, only because I knew this book was going to sell out, hunty, okay? It is Joliet by Rayleigh. People have been talking about this book like crazy and how good it is. So when she first walked in, because I had privileges because I was doing media work. So I was there before everybody else to get what I wanted before it sold out. And this is like the first book I got. It's super pretty. Heard nothing but great things about her. This is my first book by her, and I'm excited. A lot of these books are new to me, authors that I heard about, but this is a sports romance, and I'm really digging sports romance right now. I don't know if it's because of the summertime or what, but I want to read more sports romance. It's probably because of the World Cup, and I'm in Atlanta, and I'm just like hearing all this stuff. After that, I was so surprised to see my girl, Asia Monet. I have not read nothing by her, but I met her last year. She was super sweet. I didn't get anything from her, but my brother got me the first book in her Mafia series. So she was nice enough to do buy one, get one free, and her books were $15. And I just found out today she wrote a really messy book that I should have brought at the table, but I didn't put two and two together. So I got The King of Ice, and I also got The Heiress of Roses. And then I have the first book on my wall. So I'm excited to get into that series as well. My homegirl Renee was like, you got to get into Lady Nisha. She wrote Losing Control. So I'm like, you for real? I don't know. She writes in third person. Y'all know I'm not a third person girly. So I just bit the bullet and I went ahead and got Lady Nisha's Problematic. While talking to her, she was like, yeah, you can read this book. And I was like, well, what's Finally Famous? And it was like, yeah, a lot of people go back and read Finally Famous because they're actually in Problematic, but this book actually comes first. So I got Problematic by her in the special edition cover, that which I like. Okay, sometimes when I look at these covers, I be like, where does these men be at in real life? Like, where are you, sir? Like, where are you? Where can I meet you at? And get your sweat on my body. Anyway, so I got those two books from Lady Nisha. And then we're gonna get into The Hunger Games, sort of, kind of ish. The Last Man Standing. Baby, when I tell you that this was like, we not moving out that line until we get The Last Man Standing original cover, because the new cover looks like a YA. These traditional covers for these books are just so kitty to me. This is such a beautiful cover, okay? Shay Sanders had this for sale. Of course, y'all know that this is now it's going to be traditionally published. And baby, Shay girl, first of all, Shay was late. I'm going to go ahead and tell the story. Shay was late and she was a little bit unorganized. Okay, these books by themselves was not downstairs. The pre-orders wasn't together. I had to pull out my mister, my stool, and sit down and wait until we got these books, okay? like people had to help her, like attendees actually had to help her pass out her pre-orders. It was just like she was probably overwhelmed. It was a lot. It was a lot going on, but I was able to snag the original cover of The Last Man Standing, and I heard that it's super, super good. Then I went to Tanner period. I've seen her stuff all over Instagram, and she does have a series, and I was just like, don't want to buy another series right now. What's a standalone? And she said One Night Stand, and I think this is great. I'm definitely going to read this summer because the World Cup is going on, and I'm super excited. This is my first book by her, and I heard her books are amazing, and her books were reasonably priced. I think this was $17.99. Enjoyed it. And Shay Sanders' book was like $20 or $18, so I appreciate a good sale. So now we're going to get into my author freebies. Shout out to Aubrey J. So I met Aubrey J the first day when I was doing interviews. She had a lot going on. I had a lot going on. I was overstimulated a little bit, trying to do interviews and purchase books and then look at my budget. That I totally forgot about. Went to Aubrey J on the last day. I want to say the last 30 minutes of the book festival on Sunday. And I was like, what book should I get from you? And she looked at me and she was like, what do you want? I said, you know what? It was only this book left. This is Pieces of Me. I said, I'll get this book. This is $25. And she looked at me. She was like, what else you want? I was like, I don't know. What else should I get? Aubrey J had me pay $25 for this book. And I'm not saying she's going to do this everywhere. She just did this with me. And then she gave me 4 books, an entire series, do like comical books by authors, like some comedic relief. So I'm excited about that because, and let me show you, in Hoop Sessions, there's a whole situation like Medea by Tyler Perry in this book. Like a whole church situation, and it was hilarious, child. Special breed. I love it. So in addition to that, we're going to get into books that I purchased after the fact of Black Romance Book Festival. So while I was in Shay Sanders' line, one of my homegirls was like, have you read anything by Kels Kimberly? You got to get the Graveheart series. I'm like, who the hell is Kels Kimberly? I keep hearing people getting crazy, like going crazy about her. So I went over to her table. Her table was actually in front of Shay Sanders, and the line was crazy. And I started talking to her, and the only book she really had at her table was this one and Honor 1 and Honor 2. And I'm like, oh, that looks familiar. And she was like, yeah, this is the second book. Unfortunately, you have to order the first book, and I'll be able to send it to you. So I end up ordering after Black Romance Book Festival. Wolf and Chosen, saw this book all over TikTok, had to get it. And then I saw, everybody was talking about Honor and Honor 1 and Honor 2. So that is it. That's all I got from my haul from Black Romance Book Festival. This is my detailed video, really long. Enjoy it. And yeah, my battery's about to die, and I need to make sure that this is transferred over. So peace out, bye, for free. Now, she is a new to me author. I did come home and read, as you see, I was tabbing, Hoop Sessions. Baby, let me tell you, I am a fan already. This was straight foolishness and foolery in this book. For it to be so small, it was highly entertaining. Okay, so I got Hoop Sessions, Hood Legacy. Excited about this. And then I got Obsessive Love, Fable and Pirate's Story. And then I believe this is the last book. It is Stolen Love. And this is 2 other people's story. And she gave me this for free. Baby, let me tell you. I was like, girl, thank you. Bless it on the lamb. You have a fan out of me. Not just because you gave me something for free, but I actually read the book and she's hilarious. Like, I heard Lady Nisha is hilarious, but I heard her book, this was funny. Like, it was some parts in Hoop Sessions that was really, really funny. And I have yet to read like a comedy book. Come back for another haul, and then also my thoughts on the books that I've been reading, because on this channel, I'm going to be very raw into my thoughts and why I give them the ratings that I give them. Okay, bye. See y'all later. Peace. Mwah.